Let's do it.
If you guys want to share on Facebook, I'm going to do a watch party real quick.
Oh,
Start a watch party.
let's do it. Boom, boom, boom. Dan Bigelow. Boogie Boogies.
All right. So we are live. 34 seconds into it. All right. So, of course, we're going to be doing this for the actual podcast, the audio podcast, and this is the video podcast. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm only here for the COVID. my dad's crazy, man. All right, so go ahead and start the audio podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Go for Two podcast. This is episode. This is the LeBron Jordan episode. The Michael James episode. This is episode 23. If you guys weren't catching the hint, so we got to actually finish up this. These last couple of weeks have just snuck up on us, and I guess we're a little late to the punch getting these predictions off, but that's fine. Chiefs on Thursday night won their game against Deshaun Watson and the Texans. I think everybody felt the non-presence of Deshaun Watson or DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, big time.
Big time. So just go around the table or go around the virtual table as my man Don is over there in Maryland. So we'll go ahead and start with you. Don, the stats guru.
Yes, sir. I'm here. Coming live from Maryland, man.
And this has confused me, man. The guy to my right, but to wait. Whatever, man.
I'm next to you.
Nelson, the running back.
Peace and blessings, everybody. What's going on?
I just kind of had to, hand the ball off to him there. So we're finishing up our favorite episodes by far, our prediction episodes. That Texans coaching is doo-doo, poor Watson. Slade, you just had to come over here and give us, the okey doke. So yeah, the predictions that we're going to finish up with is the AFC North and South, and then we're going to head over to the SEC, everybody's favorite division in college football.
Yes.
Those big boys down there, we're going to give our prediction on who's going to be the winner, runner-up, things like that. So a lot of exciting things happening this week. Of course, we got college football starting today. The NFL started on Thursday. Actually, college football started, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
For some of the smaller schools. Yeah. And then the Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns coming out of nowhere and beating Don's prediction to win the, I think it was the Big 12, your prediction to win the Big 12, right? Or maybe your runner-up. I think it was your runner-up.
I think it was a runner-up.
Oklahoma.
Yep.
Actually, I played them in college, man, and that was an easy game for us. so big shout outs to them for upsetting a 23 ranked team, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, me and Don talked them up, and then they just got beat down with the dude from The Walking Dead's baseball bat, whatever, Negan. And beat down with the baseball bat, really bad. My boys at USC coming this year. Let's hope, Slade. They didn't look all that great. I ain't even gonna tell you. Like, Syracuse looked like crap. UNC looked like they were slow for some reason. I don't know. They've never been like decent in football for a very long time. Happy belated birthday, Don.
Yeah, Don.
Happy belated birthday to Nelson too.
Oh, yeah.
Nelson too, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Virgos. Okay, let's go.
I think that's Don. That's your sister, Allie McPherson, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Allie. Thanks for always giving us the, showing support to the live stream and to the podcast. So this was a little unordinary. Don's car was acting up today.
Yep.
Poor car.
Yeah, poor car. We'll get it taken care of here right after the podcast.
Yeah, go ahead and get that taken care of. So anything that you guys want to talk about before we start getting into the predictions? I know today we're going to get into predictions of the last few remaining divisions. We got to sprinkle in there our little Super Bowl matchup and champions for this year.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say this before we get started, man. You know, all the families who lost, loved ones, especially in the Hollywood realm. There was Cliff Robertson from the Portland Trailblazers. He passed away. Bill Thompson, coach for Georgetown. Chadwick Boseman, he passed away. So there was a lot of surprises, man, in the media that people just going to a better place, man. So condolences to all those families, man. I don't know you personally, but for someone to die so young, and some of those people I miss are iconic. So just
Yeah, the Chadwick Boseman one especially hit a lot of people very hard. I know. To me, being a big comic book fan, that him, like I said, it's no Black Panther without Stan. I can't think of his name. Stan Lee. I don't know why I can't think of his name. So there's no Black Panther without Stan Lee, and there's no T'Challa without Chadwick Boseman. So please do not replace him, Marvel Studios, with anybody else. I think Will Smith was like thrown in there like randomly. Like it's really weird. Like in the comic books, he became the King of the Dead, which is ironic too. But he becomes the King of the Dead, and Shuri takes over the mantle as Black Panther. So
makes sense.
People love her too. The whoever that actor that was played for Shuri, they love her. So might as well just give the Marvel family another strong female lead character, and just be a natural progression. This wouldn't seem thrown in. I know everybody wants to be all do the right thing, women's rights, all this other stuff. I think at this point it's kind of like thrown in our face, but this would be a nice natural progression into a new strong female character that some unfortunate events happen, but people actually loved her character. So don't get rid of what you guys have cooking. Letitia Wright, there you go. That's her name.
Letitia Wright.
Letitia Wright was awesome. So might as well just lead into the lineage of the next comic book movie for Black Panther, and just give the fans what they want. Hey, if you really want to get the fans behind you, have the next big bad villain be the one that kills off T'Challa.
Ooh.
That's what I was saying. Lead it like that. But we can get into comic book stuff later. This is it's not a comic book podcast. This is a football podcast. So and then one thing I did want to talk about was the Jaguars had to be the dumbest team in the NFL. I mean, let's think about this, man. You gave away.
Sorry about that, Randy.
Me and Randy are just like, it's hard, man.
You give up your best back.
Yeah, since Fred Taylor.
Yeah, like come on, man.
It's hard being a Jags fan, man. So you give Leonard Fournette away for peanuts. You give A.J. Boye to the Broncos, which was great because they got rid of Chris Harris, which was their veteran. So they just had somebody else come in that was just as good. Everybody knows Jalen Ramsey just got a big payday.
They get rid of Matthews too, didn't they? He's not there anymore.
Who?
The quarterback, Matthews, had a
No, Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew's still there.
Okay.
We got rid of
Yannick
Ngakoue.
Yep.
God, they just had to piss him off for whatever reason where he wanted to leave. Like, what are we doing, guys? We done changed our jerseys 3 times in the last, 10 years.
They still terrible.
I know. They look like practice jerseys.
Yeah,
I'm like, we got the practice jerseys on going into games. Like, I have no idea, man. At some point, we're going to be heading over to London. That's what it seems like. And this owner, Roger Goodell is just going to buy out his team and give it to, who knows what's going to happen. It's crazy. I just know it's very hard being a Jaguars fan at this point in time. But, Don, I don't know if you got any subjects that you want to, spit off at the beginning of this whole thing, but it's very difficult being a Jaguars fan. I just want to throw that out there. Shout out to everybody that bought every single jersey from all these players that left. Last time, it was, Allen Robinson and Allen Hurns that took you as wide receivers to the promised land, right? And then you get rid of them. And now Blake Bortles is a free agent.
Yeah.
It all came down to this, being a free agent. Lana, how's it going?
Hey, Lana.
But yeah, Don, anything that you got for us that just kind of threw you off these last couple of weeks?
Nah, man. Right now, the big focus, the different focus, I guess I'll say, it has shifted to not only do we get to see football, but now we have our fantasy football to go to as well.
Yes, fantasy football. One guy's not playing this year, which kind of freed up what we've been wanting to do. That has been working for years and years and years, and then we catered to him last year. He still didn't win. All he did was complain.
Didn't he have the first pick last year too?
Yeah, and he had the first pick last year. So at this point in time, we went back to one quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 1 flex, kicker, all defense, and then 2 defensive backs, 2 defensive line, 2 linebackers.
Yes,
now
sir.
You really have to be a GM, and our squad this year. It's very high risk, high reward with our points. I mean, if you throw a touchdown as a quarterback, if you throw a touchdown at 6 points, but you throw an interception, it's -3 points.
Oh wow!
So you really got to be on your A game, and we do reward for bonus things like if you run for 100 to 199 yards, you get 2 extra points as a running back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He had 36 points or something, right? His very first week?
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely insane. So we're going to go ahead and head over to the what do you guys want to do? The AFC North or the AFC South?
Let's start off in the dirty South.
All right.
Oh, the AFC South? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys want to head over to my division, huh?
Yeah, we already know where the Jags going to be.
We want to hear that surprise pick on the Jaguars, man.
God. All right, let's just go ahead and start with them. Just go ahead and start with the Jaguars. Anybody but me right now.
All right. So, Don, I'll let you go first, man.
Not a problem. Jaguars are a rebuilding team this year. And
I'm glad that we saved them for last with how many moves they had, because my prediction that I had before was not the prediction that I have now. Just to throw that out there.
Well, they're going to struggle this year, as everybody can guess. It's not going to be a great year for Jacksonville, and I'm glad Nick Foles moved on. I'm glad they're pinning everything on Uncle Rico. But he's not got a lot of support on either side of the ball right now. So it's going to be a tough year to be a fan. I got him at 4-12.
4-12?
Yep.
Oh, man. Nelson, do you want to go before I do?
Yeah, I'll go ahead before you
just because this is my team.
Before you spill your beans.
Yeah.
So I'm right with Don. I got him going 4-12. I mean, tell me right now, can you name anybody on the Jacksonville Jaguars as a star?
I can.
You can. Well,
DJ Chark, which was the only guy that went to the playoffs last year from our team, I think. Miles Jack on the defense, I heard, was having a fantastic camp too.
Yeah.
I can't put anything beside him. And then we picked up Joe Schobert from the Browns. There are pieces there, but I don't think this is
now
gonna be
you have
the
a tight end that I respect. He came from the Bengals, Tyler Eifert.
Tyler Eifert?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
he's decent.
I forgot about him. We got him.
But yeah, man, rebuilding year. They got a young squad. It's going to be about 3 or 4 years before they even make a splash in the AFC. So I
don't see how we're going to run the ball this year.
You're not.
All we're going to do is pass the ball 90% of the time. Gardner Minshew's going to be out here throwing 60 passes a game.
Yeah. So 4-12, man. Sorry. 4-12.
I got them. Now, I'm just throwing this out there. With all the moves that they made that absolutely didn't make any sense, it's going to be hard for me to think that they're even going to win one game this year.
Oh.
I got them going 0-16.
0-16.
I think we're going to see our next 0-16 team this year. And that's, of course, what they want. That's what their front office wants.
Yep.
I don't get how a team can go in and say, this is the year that we're going to go 0-16 and get Trevor Lawrence. Because what you're going to do is you're going to prime yourself up for a problem. You're going to go 0-16, but Gardner Minshew is going to be a Pro Bowler. DJ Chark and D.D. Westbrook are going to be Pro Bowlers too as wide receivers. Mark my words. Mark exactly my words right now. It's going to be a lot of close games, and they're going to be like, why did we get rid of everybody on our defense? Our secondary is going to be complete trash. It's going to, Nelson, we could get your two sons to set up and shotgun and beat our defense every single time. I don't see how we make it out of the game, but I think Gardner Minshew is going to have a lot to prove, which is going to cause a problem with the front office on Jacksonville and why exactly they want just to give away everybody just to go 0-16 when you're going to have a Pro Bowl quarterback and you're going to cause even more controversy like you did last year when you started Nick Foles when Gardner Minshew was hot. It's going to be the same exact thing. You're going to bring Trevor Lawrence in to be the starter, and Gardner Minshew is going to be there waiting for his opportunity to come in and wax everybody. You're priming yourself up for a disaster. 0-16, a lot of close games. I see I see the close games being in our division the second time around when we play those teams. But everybody else that we play on our schedule, I mean, you can go down the list. They're going to come in there and they're going to smash us up pretty good.
Yeah. RIP to Jaguars.
I mean, both of our other running backs are hurt too. I really don't know who we picked up in free agency to help us out because Zigbo's hurt, I believe. You got Leonard Fournette's gone. And I forget his name, but he's hurt too. So I have no idea who's going to be our running back. So that's what I'm saying. We're going to be throwing it 80-90% of the time.
Your running back is Chris Thompson.
Chris Thompson from Florida State.
Yeah.
But Chris Thompson has – this is why I didn't even mention him because he's probably going to get hurt too. Hopefully he doesn't. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Great tight end if he can stay healthy. Tyler Eifert has some problems too. Yeah. He reminded me a lot of your boy at the Eagles, though. When they first came out, it was him and Zach Ertz came in the league together, I believe. And they reminded me a lot of each other. And then Tyler Eifert just could never stay healthy. So enough with the Jaguars, man. I mean, we don't beat that horse pretty dead now. They're going to go 0-16. They're going to be complete trash. First pick in the draft is what they want, and that's exactly what they're going to get.
They're going to get it.
And then have controversy next year. The Colts. Let's go over to them. They're a very interesting team. I got them actually coming middle of the road in that division. I got them going 8-8. I don't think Phillip Rivers is going to have the biggest impact. I think they have a controversy there too by bringing him in when Jacoby Brissett was amazing last year until he got hurt. I mean, of course, Jacoby Brissett has learned to sit behind people and learn from them, which is only going to make him a better quarterback in the end. I don't see him doing that well. Marlon Mack is going to have a great year. T.Y. Hilton, he's always going to do decent for you. Yeah. Their defense is pretty. I don't want to say they're stacked, but they're pretty good.
Shoot, Darius Leonard is a beast.
Ever since he was a rookie, he's a monster. He's all over the field, but it's not going to be enough for him, I don't think. If you saw Phillip Rivers last year with the Chargers, dude looked like he was throwing medicine balls the whole time. Especially towards the end of the season, I'm like, why does the ball look like 150 pounds heavier than it's supposed to be?
Yeah, with that side-on throw, that's going to be tough, man.
And, I mean, he already had that weird throwing motion, but you stacked that on top of him throwing medicine balls last year.
Isn't he close to 40?
Yeah, and with 9 kids. 8-8, man.
8-8.
Yeah, what you got, Nelson?
Yeah, so I got him going 8-8. I think Frank Wright is going to, manage and win some games with his play calling. But don't forget, man, if Ty Hilton, T.Y. Hilton, if he stays healthy, man, him and Rivers can hook up, on some deep bombs. But then here's a little shocker, man, that I think he's going to blossom in this offense. Jonathan Taylor. The rookie.
I forgot about Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
but
I was waiting for that. You stole that from me, man.
You still got controversy there with Marlon Mack. So, I mean, unless they run a two-headed monster, which who knows?
Yeah, but no, they have a tough schedule towards the end. They got the Titans, they got the Packers, they got the Titans after that, Texans, and then they got the Steelers at the end of the season. So I think they're going to be an even 8-8. Phillip Rivers and Frank Reich going to have to learn how to coexist because, that's a lot of egos there, too, with them two. Phillip Rivers is known to doing it his way. He has to humble himself to come in and do something different at Frank Reich's offense. But But yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be a 1,000-yard rusher, and
Yep,
he's going to be decent in this
absolutely.
offense. So
I love Jonathan Taylor,
yeah,
man. He was
Yep.
he was freaking awesome, and he should have been the number one pick to me, either him or J.K. Dobbins as far as running backs go.
right.
But I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire told us that
Yep.
hold your horses.
So you got it, Don.
Well, I have a little more faith in him than you guys, just a little bit. Um, I think Philip Rivers is actually going to have a decent year. I don't think he's going to go backwards. I think Frank Reich's going to work with him, and I think the two are going to gel pretty well. I do like the combination of Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor. Do have Taylor on my fantasy team, so I am rooting for him this year. Um, if something should happen to Rivers, there's two decent backups. Not only does he have Jacoby Brissett, but you'll remember this name, Dante. They got Jacob Eason as the third string.
That's Don's boy right there.
Yep. And, with Hilton and Pittman at receivers, if Jack Doyle can stay healthy at tight end, I think they're going to squeak a couple more wins than expected. I got them going 10-6.
10-6. Do you have that one in a division?
I have in a tie.
And a tie.
Whoa, I think I know with who. So let's move on to that team.
Oh my
The
goodness.
Titans.
The Titans.
Yes.
The Titans are a very interesting team, but I think they're going to keep the same momentum they did last year.
Yes.
I think that they proved a lot to a lot of other teams last year that they can play well together. You don't have that quarterback battle anymore. I think they really bought into Ryan Tannehill. Went to the Pro Bowl, of course.
Yep.
That whole team's good, man.
Yeah.
I can't name one bad piece of the puzzle there. And shout out to Kevin Bynert, man. That dude has more interceptions at safety. But then your boy Buda Baker got paid all this money
Right.
to get burned by your boy from San Francisco the whole time.
Yeah.
What's his name? The tight end.
Oh,
Not
Kittle?
Not Travis. Yeah,
Kittle.
George Kittle.
George Kittle, yeah.
Kittle
Yep.
burnt this man so many times last year, but then they're like, "Oh no, let's offer him the whole thing as being one of the best safeties." Not saying Buda Baker's bad by any means, but one of your primary jobs is to focus on the tight end and not letting him get crazy.
Right.
George Kittle was making this dude look silly last year. Kevin Bynum, on the other hand, this man is like snatching interceptions like crazy, like the Skittles, man. I got the Titans winning this division easily.
Yeah.
And I know we're talking about Super Bowl picks for next year. This is one of my Super Bowl picks.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I got them going 13-3. I don't even think it's being close in their division.
Okay.
The Texans just lost way too much for me to even consider them to be 2 or 3. They could have been dead last too. With they're just not a young team like they think they are. But I got the Titans going 3-13.
Well, I'm gonna get on the same train as you, Dante. I got them going 12-4. Now, who's gonna tackle Derrick Henry, Stallion at defensive end, running down full speed?
He's figured it out.
I mean,
He's figured it out. It's scary.
Yo, even they're on record, DBs, linebackers, and even linemen saying, "Man, I'm not trying to tackle that guy." And on top of that, I think he's gonna go 1,500 yards this year. He just got his full stride right now. There's nobody stopping him. Yeah, Ryan Tannehill, I respect him. He was iffy at first. I didn't give him a lot of respect, for what he's done in the past, but he corralled and got that team together and made some key plays last year and got them in position to beat the New England Patriots. So I think that was a big hump last year.
Yep.
And Mike Vrabel beat his mentor, his teacher. So I think right now it's just full steam ahead. I think they're gonna meet up with Kansas City in the AFC Championship. I don't think they're going to win, but I think right now, I think they're going to need another year before they actually get over the hump. But then you got Javani. I'm messing up names. You know how I am with names. But you got what's it, Clowney? I can't even say
Davion Clowney.
Davion Clowney.
That is a great highlight. I totally forgot that they signed him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's a seasoned vet. He knows his way. To the quarterback. But does he have enough gas left in the tank? Sometimes he can, press up a little bit, and but I think he's going to be a key factor on the defense. So yeah, I got them going 12-4. Their schedule is probably one of the weakest schedules if you look at it. Even they only got maybe 2 or 3 teams that they have to really look forward to beating is Baltimore Ravens, the Green Bay Packers, and the Buffalo Bills. So we'll see.
Yeah. Shout out to Rosalind Weiss Washington. She said, "So excited to hear my nephew so loving this."
Yeah. Hey, Ross.
Titans' best people with behind the scenes planning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about all we can say about that right now.
Hey, we heard the stories, and we know, story. Man. Yeah. We know. Not only with that, we just think that they are a very decent team. All in all facets, to be completely honest with you. Now, Don.
Sure. All right. Well, everything you guys said, I agree with. I think they're a good team. I think they're a solid team, well-rounded team. I mean, Tannehill came in and played 10 games, started 10 games last year, had a 70% completion ratio and a 22-6 touchdown to interception ratio. Solid. No qualms, no problem. You ever heard of bad luck? They're going to have one of these bad luck seasons. They should be 12-4. They should be 13-3. I got them at 10-6, but winning the division.
Nice.
You got that juju on them already, Don. Don't do that, Don.
Hey, I mean, that's why we do these shows. Yeah. We'll see how close he is at the end of the season. The Texans, we got a little glimpse of what they could be.
Yeah.
With David Johnson having a pretty big game, showing that the trade. Now we don't know yet, because if DeAndre Hopkins comes out and totally just blows the roof off, I don't really think you can compare the matchup on paper. But David Johnson did what he was supposed to do at running back for him. Will Fuller had a pretty big game with over 100 yards and catches. And Deshaun Watson tried to do what he could. But still, when is Will Fuller going to get hurt? When are these other pieces of the puzzle not going to match up? You really banking on J.J. Watt to be a beast like he was last year, because he was having an amazing year until he hurt his pec. Yep. But I got them tied with the Colts at 8-8. I just see too many mistakes. And I think you're really going to see Bill O'Brien get the pitchforks and the signs coming at him this season for him to be fired. Because if he doesn't do well this season, they're going to want him out. There's too many bad decisions being made by this guy in Houston. And you can't just ruin player relationships like this. I know they offered Deshaun Watson the second highest paid player right now. Which is fine and dandy, but
yeah, they said 2 of the richest quarterbacks sit right next to each other.
That was a cool moment.
Yeah, that was.
I saw some stat too. It was like they threw like the same amount of like touchdowns and interceptions and like all this other stuff since they've been drafted, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I see them 8-8. I don't see them being anything special. I see Bill O'Brien getting himself fired this year.
Yeah.
I think Houston fans are just going to be like, we had enough. We had enough of this. Bill O'Brien era is over this year.
So, guys, you know how you see somebody get up off their seat, right, and you sit right behind them and the seat's warm? So right now, that's what Bill O'Brien, he's coming after that person who sat down on the seat. His seat is going to be really hot. So if I think he doesn't do something this year with this team and get them at least in the second round, I think it's going to be trouble for him. I'm with Dante. The front office is going to say, hey, man, you've been here for years, and we're still getting the same results. But I have this to predict here. I think Deshaun Watson is going to be a candidate for MVP this year. I
I
think,
don't disagree with you there.
yeah, I think he's going to be he's going to put it all on his shoulders. Now, the little help of David Johnson. Now he's a screen guy. You know, you get the guy in a wide open field. He's hard to tackle. He looks rejuvenated. I mean, he looks like a brand new player. And then you got, Will Fuller, that's the key receiver. And don't forget about Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb is in there. He's going to get you some key first downs as well. He's one of the key receivers they have. But I need J.J. Watt to stay healthy for the whole season. I need him to be healthy for the whole season for that defense because they're going to need him. But as of right now, unfortunately, they had a good fight against the Kansas City Chiefs, but it wasn't enough. So I got them going 9-7. And squeaking in in a wild card. But I got them going 9-7.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, guys.
do you see Bill O'Brien not being there though? Still with their record prediction?
I think if they do the same thing he did, the previous years, and say he gets a wild card and loses, he'll be fired. He'll be fired.
I hear that.
Yeah. So he's been there a little bit too long. I mean, sometimes you gotta just figure out something else, man. You gotta move on. You gave him a lot of chances.
I hear you. Shout out to Jenna Beth and Rosanna. Oh my goodness, we hadn't seen Rosanna in a long time.
Hey, Rosanna.
Oh wow, how about that?
Hey Rosanna, hope everything's good with you. I know you moved back to New York, so hopefully you're staying safe up there. Jenna Beth always coming through with the clutchies. So that kind of wraps up the AFC South here, guys. Nothing too special. I mean, it's going to be between the Titans and the Colts, I think.
Yeah,
really.
Did Don go for the Texans?
Did you go for the Texans, Don, or did I skip past you?
That's okay.
Oh.
No problem. I'm just reading my notes. So
The Titans and the Texans got me like, you know what I'm saying?
that's all right. I got you real quick, man.
Yep.
This won't take long. Texans, you guys already covered the Texans. I'm totally on board with everything you said. This is going to be O'Brien's last year. They're going to win some, they're going to lose some, and just give them a solid 8-8.
I don't disagree with you there, Don.
Yep.
Don't disagree
Yeah,
with you.
you got to move forward, and O'Brien's not doing it, so he's done.
You got to rechange the culture now.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's going to be bad if somebody like J.J. Watt has to step up and say something. Like, all right, or if he leaves. If J.J. Watt asks for a trade, the whole city of Houston is going to be on fire.
Yeah, because J.J. Watt is the culture down there. He is the man to go to. He has so many foundations, so many
Yes, he does.
everything down there. He is like, the man to look to in Houston. So, there'd be a key loss if they lose him. Not even on the field and off the field. So.
Yeah, because Deshaun Watson can't hold that like J.J. can right now.
Yeah.
Because you never know. I mean, that whole team really from top to bottom is injury prone. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty sad. I mean, from Deshaun Watson's knee injury to J.J. Watt hurting everything in his upper body, it seems like.
Yeah.
Hopefully this dude doesn't have a neck injury or something next. Like, come on, man.
God forbid, man.
And we're going to head over to the AFC North. So I saved this one specifically for last because of one team. And I know I already gave you my Super Bowl prediction being in the Titans. But we can't hold anything past this very interesting division from top to bottom. Yeah. But I will start out with probably the weakest team that I think all of us can agree on is going to be the Bengals.
Yes.
Because the rest of the other three teams are going to be very special to watch. With the Bengals, Joe Burrow's out there going to kind of give a resurgence back to that town, but I don't think it's going to be enough, buddy. You better be throwing to A.J. Green. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt your whole time there. Tyler Boyd's good. Tyler Eifert has left, went to the Jags. Mm-hmm. Their defense is suspect. Very old guys on that defense. I don't see the Bengals doing that well. Yeah. I know last year I had them doing really well, and then A.J. Green got hurt. So Bengals for me, 4-12.
Okay. At
the bottom barrel, probably fighting for the number 2 or number 3 pick in this year's draft. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't believe in you.
Yeah. No, I think Joe, this is going to be an experience year. Like, he's going to get this underneath his belt. He's going to have, they're able to read. Now this ain't LSU, Joe. These guys are grown men. They move fast. The pocket and the window is going to be a little smaller when you're throwing it to it. But I think as far as his talent, he's going to make some highlights this year. He maybe get some key wins. But as far as their record, I got them going 6-10. I think AJ Green is going to have to get open fast. Their defense is suspect. And I just, right now, if you look at their schedule, their first 3 games, you got the LA Chargers, Cleveland, Philadelphia, and the Jags. So I got them winning, at least against the Jags.
By my logic, they're winning.
So but
by
no,
a landslide.
Yeah. So and they're definitely gonna beat the Washington team.
That Jaguars game is definitely a game for Joe Burrow to get his confidence up.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna be throwing and mark my words, prediction time. They are gonna break the record for most touchdown passes against the Jaguars.
Listen, this is deeply rooted. This man has been a Jacksonville Jaguar fan since he was coming out the womb, man. Trust me.
Man.
They're going to score the most touchdown passes ever. Slide by Boomer Esiason, slide by Carson Palmer. It's going to be Joe Burrow to AJ Green. Joe Burrow to AJ Green all over the field the whole time. They're going to be throwing screen passes, slant routes.
Hitch routes,
everything. It's going to be nuts. They're going to break the record against the Jaguars, and it's not even going to be close. What you got, Don?
Bengals are the Bengals, man. What can I say? I'm going to slide right in the middle of both you guys. I got them at 5-11. Burrow, he's just going to be throwing the ball. Hopefully he can get some help from those receivers. They can get open, like you said. Joe Mixon, I think, is going to have a heck of a year if he stays healthy.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. They just don't have enough, and the defense is old, man.
What was I telling you, Don, before our fantasy draft? Who I was going to pick number 1 overall, and then my internet messed up on me?
I know.
I had Joe Mixon going number 1 because I think he's going to be a security blanket for Joe Burrow the whole year.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
He is.
He's not. I mean, especially if AJ Green gets hurt or something, because Tyler Boyd ain't gonna be able to carry that team. I'll just be completely honest with you.
He's had the chance before, and he
Joe
can't
Mixon,
do
Joe
it.
Mixon, Joe Mixon, right up the middle.
Yep.
And then he's gonna look like one of the best running backs in the NFL because he's getting 60% of the participation on the offense.
That's what happens. Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. But that's the Bengals for you.
Yep. Absolutely.
The next team I want to go to is the Steelers.
Oh, good.
Steelers are very interesting, guys. Steelers are very. Boy, can't be. Let's read some of these comments before we move on. I hope AJ has a comeback year. I miss watching that dude at his best. That dude.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, AJ Green is the most underrated wide receiver in the NFL when he's healthy. I don't know why this man is, but it's literally not even close. If you put him. He reminds me of a smaller version of your boy from the Falcons.
Like, not White. You talking about Julio?
Ridley?
Julio?
Mm-hmm. He reminds me of a smaller version
Yeah,
of him.
slender Julio.
okay.
A slender Julio.
But he's got the best hands in the NFL next to Larry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. He's skilled like Julio. That's exactly why I said that.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, man, this dude's always sleeping on AJ Green every single year. Don't know why. It was always like Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, and whoever they want to throw in there. Yeah. Adam Thielen and the rest of them.
Yeah, AJ Green is bulldog tough, man. So he'll go up and get the ball. He'll go across the middle, and he has that breakaway speed. So after he catches his he's pretty much out of there. So he just needs the right quarterback in place, and maybe Joe Burrow can be that guy in maybe 2 or 3 years, and he can get some pieces around him. But hey, if one of the things that I don't like is he a great talent stuck in a place, right? If he gets traded to go somewhere else different, to a nice team, then he'll blossom, he'll flourish. But he gets overlooked because he's in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
The thing about Boyd is he drops a lot of passes in the red zone. I don't know why. Every time you watch Tyler Boyd, you can say that he's talented. He can catch. This dude could catch slant routes over the middle and burn people, but as soon as they get in the red zone, they need a big catch from him. That's where they relied on AJ a lot because you can't throw it to Tyler Boyd. I don't know. He gets alligator arms or something. It's really weird.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he's talented. I hope. Let's see. Blah blah blah. I like 2014 or 2013. It was like Julio, AB, Hilton, and SJ at the top.
Yeah.
Those were some fun guys to
AJ at the
watch.
top. Yeah.
AJ at the top. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's true.
Um, let's move on to the Browns. Don, I'll go ahead and start with you, my man. Or
I thought it
I'm
was
sorry,
the
the Steelers.
Steelers.
I'll go ahead and
Steelers.
start with
Okay.
you.
All right. Good. I hope my sister's paying attention here because I know she thinks they're going 15-1, but
Oh.
that's not going to happen.
So does my wife, but she's not here right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Steelers are going to have a decent year. More cohesive. They've got Roethlisberger back. Is he going to do anything this year? Is he going to be the Ben of old? Is he just too old? I don't know, but it's just I don't have him being dominant, but I have him with a decent 9-7 record.
9-7.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got, Nelson?
So, first off, let's give kudos while he's still here. Ben Roethlisberger, been in the league for 14 years, future Hall of Famer.
This is last year.
Yeah, so, and I, he probably got the worst back in the NFL, because the worst, like, actually spinal back because the boy is just getting old. He has a burger named after him in Pittsburgh, literally. So, but yeah, he kudos to him. But will he be enough come down to crucial time? His arm is getting a little limp. He can't throw the deep ball like he used to. And he's going to have a young squad behind him. Now, granted, he has Juju Smith, and he has a nice up and coming running back in James Conner. That's going to be definitely going to help him with his offense. But is he going to be that vocal leader in the locker room? Is he able to mentor the next quarterbacks coming behind him? Because he feels like he's the man. Now, granted, he got a Super Bowl when he first got in the league. He's done his dues, but let him ride up in the sunset, man. Know when it's time to quit. I know Mike Tomlin. He has all faith in him. That's key. But Mike, realize, man, you got a future ahead of you here, man, with some young guys. Start sprinkling some of these young people in there more. Ben is good. But it's time to, hey man, thank you for what you've done for me. Let's sit you down. Maybe even towards the end of the season, especially if you're not doing well, So I got them going 8-8, 8-8.
Yeah, I think their defense is going to help them out a lot this year and help them with a lot of their wins over the offense. But yeah, you're right on target, Nelson.
Yep.
Hey, shout out to my man Jason Turner. He came in and said that logo is just nasty. I like to read that logo too. I think the other one was cool, but it was kind of like my own style, but just to appeal to the general public, just to have it something easier to look at. I think the one that we got now kind of looks like a race car logo. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because Jason's the race car guy, so of course he would say something like that.
Shoot, Dover Downs right down the street. What's up?
So shout out to Jason, man. Hey man, I need you to make me some stickers. Tell me how much your price is. Shout out to Jason Turner. I totally agree with both things that you guys are saying about the Steelers. Let's not get clouded judgment here. That defense,
yeah,
I'm making a prediction. That defense is going to be the number one defense, man.
Strong.
Minka Fitzpatrick was literally the MVP of the NFL at the later half of the season.
Yeah.
How many games that me and Heather watched where it was because of him making a big play is the reason why they won with their crappy team last year. Minka Fitzpatrick's going to be a beast again this year. And it's funny, if you watch interviews with those guys, they were like, Minka was the missing piece of the puzzle last year. Mm-hmm. And when he came in, he immediately made an impact. It was absolutely ridiculous how good he was. But when it comes down to it, man, I think they're gonna have a better season this year. I'm not gonna let my I think they'll be number 2 in the division for sure. Well, they'll be tied for number 2 because my prediction's how I got them set up here. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be 9-6.
Okay.
Okay. Or I'm sorry, 10-6. They're gonna be 10-6 this year. and they're going to be tied with the Browns. And I'll get to the reason why I said the Browns is tied.
Man, y'all all high on the Browns, man. Ugh.
Yeah. But yeah,
Tried
I
that
got them going.
last
I got
year,
them
man.
going 10-6, and them having a decent season. And I'm going to see a quarterback switch in the middle of the season too.
Okay.
I don't think Ben is going to be the answer this year. I think him sitting out all last year is going to affect him. I think the pressure of this year and him being such an older quarterback is going to get to him. And I feel like he's going to try to rely on Juju Smith-Schuster way too much. And Juju's not Antonio Brown.
No.
He's not going to be able to get you out of the situations that you thought he would. The only reason – and I know Steelers fans are going to hate me, and I think Juju Smith-Schuster is good, but the reason why he was so good is because you had the threat of Antonio Brown on the other side the whole time.
He was wide open. Yeah. When
you know what I'm saying?
Antonio
Like,
was double teamed, he was wide open.
He's not the guy that you guys had, and it sucks that you guys don't have Antonio Brown. He couldn't just get his life together, but James Conner's way too injury prone. Shout out to him how strong he is battling cancer and all that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
But you know, Benny, what's his name?
Benny Snell.
Benny Snell was a really good running back last year that got overlooked a lot too. I just think they have a decent team. I think on any given Sunday they're going to make a game close with any team next year, where they could possibly be that 13-3 team that we used to see back in the day.
Right.
I just think there's one team that's better than them. And I got them going 10-6.
Of course, Allie's like, "Wow, guys, what are you doing? Wowzers!"
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it's up to you guys. Which one we're gonna talk about next? The Ravens or the Browns?
You know what? It's funny. We're gonna play on that word, the Browns, because Odell Beckham is tripping. I'm not even gonna.
Oh
go
yeah.
there.
I heard about that.
Stay away from the bowel movement there, Odell Beckham, please. But you know, I'll start on them. You know what I mean? Since y'all so high on that. It's something about Baker Mayfield that kind of rubs me the wrong way. I know he's a Heisman Trophy winner, and he made his first year. He made a nice little surge and a little bit of electricity in the league last year, but it's just he's not that guy that's going to lead this team to the promised land. And Odell Beckham and of course his running mate Jarvis Landry, they're going to get their stats. They're going to get their due. Nick Chubb, I think he's going to have a great year too. He's going to have over 1,000 yards. And then Myles Garrett, if he keeps his emotions together, he's going to be the sack leader. Of that squad. So I'm with that. But it's just
he's gonna be the sack leader in NFL.
Yeah,
he's gonna be angry this year.
Yeah,
Get me points. That's it.
But that's the thing. It might be a stat stuffer for these guys, but I got them going 3-13, man. I think their new coach Kevin Stefanski, he's not gonna know what to do with these guys, and they're not gonna be able to with their schedule. They're not going to be able to win these games. It's going to be close games, but they're not going to be able to win these games when it comes down to the stretch. So I got them 3-13, man.
3-13.
I got them 3-13. I know, right?
Winning a division.
3-13.
Oh wait.
No, I got them at the bottom of the barrel.
I thought you said 13-3. Sorry.
No, 3-13. Yeah,
I'm like that. You went totally opposite of what you were saying and went to 13. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm like in reverse mode today. 3-13 with the talent that's on that team.
Look, they're gonna be stat stuffers, man. You gonna if you have fantasy, pick some of these guys. They're gonna get it done for you, but they're not gonna win, man.
I never thought about it like that. That's a great outlook. Well, it is what it is.
Yep. Well, I don't have them 3-13. I don't have them winning the division. I don't have them anywhere but where they belong. They're an 8-8 team. They're going to have some good games where you think, wow, this should be a 10-11 win team. They're going to have some lousy games where you think, wow, Nelson was right, 3-13, man. But they're just going to cruise at 8-8.
Wow. Well, like I said, I got them going 10-6, tied with the Steelers. I think this is one of those years where I don't know who's going to make the playoffs from these two. I think it's going to come down to points for, not points against.
Nope.
And I think it's going to be the Browns going to the Super Bowl over the Steelers, or going to the playoffs over the Steelers this year.
Oh, you think so?
I do. They got a lot of firepower. I think this year is the last year that Baker Mayfield is really going to get his life together. This could be a make or break year for him. It's ridiculous that you couldn't do anything with the weapons that you had on your team last year.
Man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now you got even more. Don't they have Austin Hooper now? They got rid of Njoku. Now they have Austin Hooper on that team, I believe. So it's like, dang, man, you got there's no reason this team should be bad. I mean, with the guy that's playing cornerback like Greedy Williams, he should be snagging on the interceptions, right?
Yeah.
So, I got them 10-6. Shout out to my boy Brett Lawheed. Happy football season, gentlemen. No Miles Sanders for the Birds definitely hurts. This is exactly why I thought they needed to sign Freeman. Devontae Freeman, Florida State. That man would not block to save his life. So, are you sure that that you want him in the backfield?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Carson Wentz is going to get smashed the whole season.
Yeah, well, you got to be careful on that one.
Yeah, I mean, but he is a good little running back, though. He will get you the yards that you need while running the ball, but blocking, well, suspect. All right, now we got to move on to the elephant in the room. We wanted to save him for last, but this is going to be my AFC championship team going against the Titans, and I think they're just going to fall flat.
Ooh.
But I could see them winning and going to the Super Bowl too.
Huh.
The Ravens, I got them going 13-3. No question. I think it's going to be blowouts on teams again. I think this year they're going to figure it out. I think that Lamar Jackson is still tired of people calling him a running back. Not bad for a running back. Like, dude, I'm so tired of hearing that. These are the type of dudes that don't go and watch college football.
Right.
Golly.
Please tell them. Because I'm telling you, Lamar Jackson is more than just a quarterback. If you can read defenses and you make throws in the NFL, trust me, it's hard to do. Yep. It's very hard to do to make a completion. The window is like very, very small, and like the ball's out of the hands fast. Like you got to throw it to a receiver where his spot's going to be before he even turns his head. That's how hard it is in the NFL.
So, let's not forget the fact that you got two Heisman winners on that offense. Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
And
I got you.
Mark Ingram.
Yep, exactly.
Mark Ingram.
So I didn't really put two and two together, but I forgot Mark Ingram had won a Heisman while he was at Alabama.
He was, yeah.
He was actually on the cover of NCAA
2007 or 8.
It was one of them.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
I just know he was on there like.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, you got two Heisman winners on the same team. Mark Ingram is the ultimate hype man. So there's nothing that could go wrong. The only thing that I wish that they had was one more star-studded receiver. Just one more.
Yeah, a deep threat.
Yes.
Yep.
And that would have been the reason why they would have been my Super Bowl favorites for this year.
Yep.
Antonio Brown is still out there.
No. What didn't I say he's going to go to the Green Bay Packers?
You did.
Yeah, so that's where he's going. Yeah.
But I think they're just one wide receiver off a little bit there. Now, I think if they play free agency, or not free agency, but the trade and the trade deadline, we might see a historic trade for somebody that's a wide receiver go to the Ravens, and it's really going to be trouble for everybody.
Yep.
A.J. Green.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Because you know trades always happen interdivision.
Man, if that be something, if he went to
Man,
the
that would be nuts.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Going into the playoffs?
John would love that. John would say, come on in, man. I got you. I got your receiver. I got your plays already designated. Come on down.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I think that John Harbaugh is going to get out-coached is because it's Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, Mike.
And Mike has got that team behind him, so it's not really a lot to coach on when you got the team already motivated. But the reason why this division is not going to be even remotely close of why they're winning is because of John Harbaugh. Nobody gives that man enough credit, to be completely honest with you. He's one of the top 3 coaches in the NFL by far. And then you always think about the Ravens team as a winning team almost every single season.
Every year. And
he's going to be there until he's like I don't know, man. Until he look like Gandalf the Grey. Like
It's
he's
a
gonna be
little,
there for a while.
but it's a little different. I'm glad you brought on Mike Vrabel because it's a little different when you know that someone played, on the field and they know the game.
Exactly.
It's a
One
little
thing
more
being to
respect
that
there.
many Super Bowls and
Yeah.
knowing what it takes being a
Right.
player coach versus
Exactly.
John Harbaugh just being a good coach
Right.
that's been to the Super Bowl that
Right.
knows what it takes.
Right.
It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
But it's almost the same if you really think about it. I played. I know what it's like. I can get these guys behind me.
But one player I want to see, and I can't wait till he gets on the field, is J.K. Dobbins. You got to realize that is going to be a juggernaut offense. I mean,
Yep.
you're going to have just a tremendous backfield. You're going to have, an MVP. I think he's going to be up there at MVP again, Lamar Jackson. And then with the defense, they're just unconscious. You got to realize that their defense is always in the right place
Yes.
in the right time. But I don't. You're right, Dante. I think they're going to get to the AFC Championship, and they're going to run up against them Kansas City Chiefs. But they're just not going to have enough to get over the edge, and it's going to be like a play here and there. They're just not going to get. Now they're not going to do better than they did last year. They surprised me last year. I was shocked when they lost so early. I was like, what? Not Baltimore, but yeah. So I got them going 13-3, man. Pretty much wiping out everybody in the division. And yeah, they're gonna make some noise this year.
What's going to be even scarier is next year if J.K. Dobbins molds into his own. Because Mark Ingram's known to get hurt.
Oh yeah, that's why they got him.
But J.K. Dobbins, if that dude does well this season, next year and the year after that and the year after that, we're going to see another dynasty with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Because they don't make bad moves. Name one bad season that they had in like the last 15 years.
Yeah,
it's very hard to go back and be like, they ain't been successful. Oh, they suck. Oh, that was a bad draft choice. We ain't really seen that from the
Yeah,
Ravens.
something about that Maryland clam chowder, man. I don't know.
Maryland clam chowder? You're talking about you mean the blue crabs?
Oh yeah, well that too.
Yeah. What you got, Don?
What do I got, man? You got a team there. You got Lamar Jackson, and yeah, they surprised everybody last year. I thought they would improve last year, but they were leaps and bounds better than I thought they were going to be. This is the year I expected him to really make a showing, so I think he's going to definitely improve. Ingram and Dobbins, like Nelson was saying, Dobbins is going to be special. Dante, you're right. There's one more receiver. I mean, Willie Snead is Willie Snead. Hollywood Brown is a decent receiver. Mark Andrews, tight end. He had a fantastic season. Great hands. And then the defense, man. Picking up Calais Campbell. Linebackers, LJ.
Another one we gave away.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah. Yep.
Best defensive lineman in the last 3 years by far.
Yep. LJ Ford at linebacker. And then my pick for defensive rookie of the year this year, Patrick Queen out of LSU playing linebacker.
That's what I'm saying. They haven't had a bad draft pick.
Yeah.
They pretty much stole him.
Yeah. They're going to be a good team this year. You guys are a tad more generous than me. I have them at 12-4. I do have them winning the division. I have them winning the AFC. I have them winning the Super Bowl.
Whoa. Okay, Don.
So that'll lead us into our next thing, Super Bowl picks.
Okay. Super Bowl picks.
So
go ahead, Don.
I'll go ahead and get mine out the way since I already said the Titans are going to be my AFC team.
Okay.
Now, I want you to take a guess on what my NFC team is.
The New Orleans Saints.
Nope.
Minnesota Vikings.
Tampa Bay.
I got Tampa Bay. I'm sorry. I just with that last move of Leonard Fournette really sealed the deal for me. I don't.
Please get off of that train.
But if you want my winner, it's going to be the Tennessee Titans by a landslide. I don't see Tom Brady winning it again. I see that defense is really going to be suspect. I think they're going to have a high-powering offense, man. I don't see how you can get past that. I think that's what's going to win them games. But when it comes down to the biggest game on the stage, the Titans are going to come through clutch and show you that they have a better defense. They have a better all-together offense that goes against somebody else's defense, and they're going to win it out. And when do you like to see it? Mike Vrabel going against his old teammate and Tom Brady and actually squeaking one out on him.
You already beat Bill Belichick. That'll be something, right? It'd just be another notch.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is very true. But going against your old teammate and being like, well, Tom, I became a coach and won a Super Bowl over. That's something that you don't have just yet. I would like to see it, but that's what I got, man. I know it's very interesting, but I got the Titans. I might be drinking the Kool-Aid, but shoot, I usually don't. But I just don't see how with Bruce Arians and what that team is going to be able to do this year. I don't.
Great coach.
We'll really see this week.
Yeah.
4 p.m.
Yeah.
New Orleans State versus the Buccaneers. Good coach against good coach, good defense against bad defense. You know, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So what you got, Nelson?
So my Super Bowl prediction, and it's just that story ending retirement. I'll see you later. You know, because remember when Peyton Manning, he had, you know, got traded, and he in the middle of the season he was the starter. Then he got set on the bench, and then he came back, and he pretty much, you know, he won the Super Bowl without doing anything. So I got Drew Brees in that category. I think Drew Brees is gonna, you know, if you think about it, year after year he's been so close. He's been, you know, either a pass away or, you know, the miracle touchdown to Minnesota, or he's been, you know, just at the last, you know, that last drive that beat Drew Brees. So I got New Orleans coming out of the NFC, going to the Super Bowl, and I got the Kansas City Chiefs. I got them going back. I think Baltimore is going to be tough. I think they're going to give them a run for their money, AFC Championship. But I think Kansas City is going to be back again, because that's a juggernaut, man. The way they looked last night or the night before, oh my goodness, man.
That running game, man. Damian Williams was like, I'm opting out for the season.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna have a job when he gets back.
You know,
Let's be completely honest about it. Like Clyde Edwards-Helaire came in and pretty much showed you that he's the number one back in 1 week.
Yeah. So I got New Orleans Saints with the storybook ending for Drew Brees versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So.
Slade was saying about the Buccaneers that offense was already stacked, and now it's just crazy. They're going to rig it for one of these goats to get one. I mean, you never know, conspiracy theorist. What you got, Don?
Well, you already heard my AFC pick and my overall Super Bowl winner being Baltimore. I see them playing the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
The 49ers?
Yep.
Okay.
I see the Niners defense just as good, if not better, than last year. And I see the offense taking a step forward. Injuries would be the only thing to derail them.
Okay.
Wow.
Gotcha.
I was not expecting that.
There you go. That wasn't an easy choice, believe me. It wasn't, you know, my first thought, my second thought. Had to think that one through.
So Slade said, I'm just salty my Panthers lost in 2015. It was truly our year. No, the years when you had Jake Delhomme and your boy Jason, whatever his name is, the kicker, kicked it out of bounds on the kickoff.
Yeah.
That was your year. That team was good that year too. I don't know about if Cam had the mindset to win it, even though they had an amazing season. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. What was that dude's name? Jason something, right? Or I can't remember his name, but he was a good kicker for you guys. But I remember watching that game. I was like 13 or 14. John Casey, that's what it is. Jason Casey. John Casey. Yep. When John Casey kicked it out of bounds.
Oh man.
And it was like, are you serious? But yeah, Jake Delhomme, Jake Delhomme. I call him Delhomme.
Yeah.
Jake Delhomme.
That's how you spell DEHLMONE.
Hey man, I'm gonna bring it back for you guys. I had one of my very first jerseys growing up, as I had a Steve Berline jersey,
Nice.
number 7 when he was with the Panthers.
Okay.
Never forget. Pouring out for the retired homies.
Yeah.
Daylight come and me want
the
Delo. Oh, man.
Oh, man. That's
All right, so let's check some of the college scores before we get off of here.
we got the SEC.
Austin Peay is playing Pittsburgh, and they're getting smashed 42-0, and it's only the second quarter. Duke is keeping it closer. Notre Dame 24-13.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys saw like the little highlight that Duke has on their helmet. They have the black D instead of the white D this year, and they have a black fist on the back of their helmets.
Pause.
See? Yep, that was a pause moment there. But they had the black letter D.
Decal, yeah.
Yeah. For the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah,
So that was a pretty nice touch. I was looking at their helmet today, and I was like, ew, that's ugly. Who made the decision to put the black decal on there instead of the white? I was like, you could barely see it. And then we saw the black fist on the back. And Heather walks out for work. She's like, you feel dumb now, don't you? I was like, well, my bad. I didn't mean to assume. But anything else, gentlemen, before we want to get off of here for today? We cut it, man. An hour and 6 minutes. We fit all that in. That's great.
Yeah,
Do you want to throw in those SEC picks?
Oh, the SEC.
Yeah, the SEC, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I almost slipped down here without discussing
Yeah.
that. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So we know that some divisions are not playing this year. So of course our Pac-12 division, rest in peace to the future Arizona State champions of the Pac-12.
I know.
Golly.
And then shout out to my boy Jason. Jason out there, Penn State fan. He can't even watch. We was in a meeting on Friday, and he was like, don't even talk about it. He was like, I don't want to talk about the NFL. All I like is college. And Penn State's not playing this year. I was like, well, the ACC is still in it, baby. Because you're going to be rooting for Florida State this year. But anyways, the SEC. I'm going to go ahead and start with you, Don. SEC is very interesting this year, too. But I think there's one clear-cut winner.
You already know.
Well, let's go ahead, Don.
All right.
What you got?
So you're talking East and West, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think Alabama's pretty obvious. I don't think that's going to be a surprise to anybody.
Nope.
I don't think it's going to be as easy, but I do think they're going to take the West. And I can't bring myself to like Florida. Don't know why, but I just can't do it. So I'm going with Georgia. And then if I have to have a showdown between those two, I'm just too old school. Alabama's got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right with what you, Don. Of course, out of the West, you got Alabama, and they always bring in, talent. They got a quarterback in Bree Young. He went to Cathedral High School, and he transferred from Mater Dei High School, so he was a 5 caliber guy. And the running back Najee Harris, he's senior season, he's gonna have a monster year. And then the NFL prospect Jalen Whittle, the receiver. So they're gonna just be dominant again. Yeah, you're right. If you look at the East, nobody's in that league or in that division messing with Georgia. So maybe Florida, but they're not going to do anything. And then Tennessee's always, promising, but they're never going to do anything. And Kentucky,
it's such a shame, man, that Tennessee has been complete trash.
Yeah, like
I'm not used to not seeing that light orange and white in the championship game.
And then Kentucky's going to make a bowl game. They've been improving. They're not just a basketball school anymore.
Yeah.
So
they used to be like the laughing stock of the SEC, and they're like, hold on, let's pass it over to Arkansas because they've been trash.
Oh yeah, exactly. So I got Alabama. Looking at their strength of schedule, man, the only team they really got to worry about is Georgia. Everybody else, they're pretty much is going to stomp. It's always LSU. It's always a rival game. But I got them. Winning the SEC champs. So.
Now this is going to surprise you. I got Alabama in the West.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be pretty close between them and Auburn. I think it's going to be one game that decides it all. Whoever loses this year is going to be the one not going to the SEC championship.
Mm.
Between them two teams, I think it's going to be like neck and neck. Texas A&M, God, Jimbo should have never left. Why you leave us? Okay. And now look at you.
Right.
Getting in all kinds of trouble down there. But I think the SEC championship at the end of the day is going to be Alabama. And I hate to say it, but I think Florida. I hate to say it, man.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't say it.
Nah, it burns me to say it, but Kyle Trask, the way he came in for Felipe Franks last year, I think he was a rookie too. I don't think he was a redshirt freshman. Yeah. The way Kyle Trask came in and played, man, it was like he was a veteran for like 3 years. Mm-hmm. I think if he stays healthy, it's going to be your boys in Florida and it's going to be your boys in Alabama.
Oh, okay.
And I got, burns me to say this, I got Florida coming out on top.
What?
Oh.
I got Florida coming out on top.
Surprisingly, huh? So you think Nick Saban's years are done or behind him?
I don't think they're behind him. I don't think they're behind him. I just think that he lost a lot of. He always loses a lot of people to the draft.
He does.
Yeah. But I don't know.
But he reloads like a AK-47, man.
He does, but this is gonna be a true rebuilding year for him. He's got a lot of young guys now.
Yeah.
I hate that. I know we mentioned Tennessee. I hate to see them not playing well. I hate to see Ole Miss just being mediocre. Yeah. Arkansas has been kind of trash lately. Missouri's and South Carolina has not been good, and whoever.
Clowney.
Yeah, I mean, but Florida, Alabama, and I can't even. It's hard for me to swallow my pride.
Don't do it.
I got Florida winning the SEC, man. Did we already predict our national championship this year?
No, we did. But look, if Florida wins out, man, I will buy you dinner. I'm on record. I will buy you dinner if Florida wins out.
And I'll order Gator Bites if they got it.
Hey, Dante, check your text message, man.
Check my text message? All right.
Drum
you need
roll.
A Florida mug? You know what? Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
So, last thing, you guys want to go ahead and choose our national champions as of right now?
You know what, man?
You want to go out on a limb? Anything can happen this season.
Honestly, man, I think it's going to be Clemson. Only reason why I say that is because Dabo Swinney is one of the best coaches I've seen in a while. He just connects with his players. He's genuine. Now, anything off the field, you guys, y'all can debate about that. But he has a great connection with these guys, and he really cares about his players. You could just tell in his interviews, he's consistent in his answers. He believes in the Lord Jesus Christ. He makes it known out there. He's not ashamed of who he is, and he connects with these guys.
He's getting a lot of looks from NFL teams.
Yeah, but and his defensive coordinator is the man. I can't think of his name right now, but
he was up for the Florida State job.
Yeah, so it's just like they have a nice unit there, and Lawrence is going to be one of those problem, man. You don't know what to do with him. He's just he's the prototypical quarterback, and he can run the ball too. So I think Clemson's going to meet with Alabama in the national championship, and it's going to be a slug fest. But that's been like the rivalry lately: Clemson, Alabama, Alabama. But I think Clemson has their number, and they're going to win.
My pick is going to surprise you again.
let me brace myself.
You want to go, Don?
As long as you're not going to pick Florida,
A Florida State guy, as it is. You see, he has a hat. He dresses up like the chief. You gonna say Florida, man? But they're gonna kill you in Tallahassee.
Nelson, you read my mind, man. I got the same exact as you. I like Clemson. I like Alabama. I take Clemson the whole way.
Yeah.
So
here we go, guys. Remember how I said it was Florida, Alabama for the SEC championship?
Uh-huh.
Both of them are going to be undefeated. Right? Florida's going to beat Alabama. They're going to go into the national championship against Auburn.
Oh,
And Auburn's going to smash them in the SEC championship. I have no idea.
how's Florida going to play Auburn in the national
It's
championship?
happened before. I don't think there's going to be the strength of schedule thing is what's going to.
Yeah.
If Auburn plays Alabama really close,
Okay.
it's going to be enough for Condoleezza Rice
I was gonna say-
to say that they are strong enough to stay
Oh no.
for a national championship. And the only reason that Alabama's not going back is because they're going to lose to Florida.
I hope this happens so I can see you eat those gator bites.
But I think it's going to be Florida, Auburn, and Auburn's going to come in, and they're going to be our 2020 national champions.
I mean, it is a crazy year, but it's not that crazy, Dante.
I think it's going to be that crazy. Auburn had a really good team that got slept on last year, to be completely honest with you. Just because they lost Derrick Brown in the draft don't mean anything.
That's true. He was a D tackle monster.
I don't know, man. I think their team is they're either going to beat Florida and be in the national or beat Alabama and then beat Florida to be in the national championship, and it's not going to be any SEC team. It's going to be Clemson. I think this year, man.
Hey, Don, he's standing alone, ain't he? He's on the island on this one, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Definitely.
that's what I'm known to do. You know? Just be on an island by myself.
This,
But yeah.
this is not a Daniel Jones pick. Let me tell you.
This is not a Daniel Jones pick, but don't come back at the end of the season and be like, oh, man, he was right. Condoleezza Rice is on my side. This is the one time I need her to be correct about something. But yeah, I'm just going out on a limb. I think Florida and Auburn are going to be our national
That's
championship.
why it's go for two, man. You know, you roll the dice.
Roll the dice. All right. Well, if that was it, guys, this was a pretty fun show to close out our picks. I hope everybody's enjoying their football Saturday. It is officially football season. This is what we all work up towards, is to get to this point. So we'll meet back with you on, we usually do week 2, right? So we'll probably just do week 3.
Okay.
Week 3 and then week 5 and then.
Okay. Keep it odd.
Yeah, since we're already in this week.
Okay.
Good stuff, guys. Y'all have a good evening. Hey, Slay, appreciate you, man, for coming through. You stayed the whole entire time, too.
Yeah,
You go tell your boy John Casey to ice up, son. But yeah, we'll catch you guys later. And as always, this is Dante, the couch quarterback, Don, the stats guru, and Nelson, the running back, signing off. It's never a gimme.
Always go for 2.
Always go for 2. All right, guys. We'll catch you later.